Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be getting back to work on this old girl. For those of you who have never seen it before, my 1971 Chevrolet Chevelle. No, it doesn't float. I've just got it jacked up, ready to go. Yeah, it's in its winter hibernation because the weather's rubbish outside, so time to do some work on it. Again, I should have started this at the beginning of winter, but I got carried away with the van. But hey ho, here we are. So yeah, what are we doing to it now? First things first is going to give it a bit of a clean up underneath. It's a little bit grimy from using it all last summer, where it's got a couple of leaks and just road grime, which I don't know if we can see under there. Grab a light. It's not too bad, but just, yeah, a little bit of a spruce up. Try and do it every year just to keep on top of it. Yeah, so we're going to try and attend some of them little leaks. The rear diff seems to be whining quite a lot, so we're going to have a look at that. I've also bought a B&M shift improver kit for it, so I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to pull the gearbox out or just do it in the car, one or the other. And that's kind of it really. We've signed up to do Underside Street Weekend, which is a drag and drive event but based in the UK. So we're going to do a few bits to get it ready for that. Yeah, and go from there. But yeah, first things first, I'm going to give it a clean up and then we'll have a look around. As you can see, it's got a full QA1 suspension setup, tubular control arms, coilovers, anti-roll bars, full works, CPP quick steering ratio box and CPP drop spindles to get the stance I want. So yeah, not really set up for drag racing, but it makes it actually handle. As you can see, it still cleans up really well. A couple of years ago I did a full underbody restoration on this car, which I should do a video on, but I've only got photos, but I may come to that at some point. Also a few bits have changed since this footage, where I've made a full exhaust system and cross member, which I'll attach some photos here, and there is a video on it, as you can see above here. So, first job I've decided we're going to tackle is this noisy rear end. Basically, you get up to about sort of 50-60 mile an hour, and if you're on part throttle, not off throttle, not on throttle, sort of part way, it's just an absolute whine from it. And like I've checked all the bearings and everything, all that sort of seems good. I think the gears just aren't set up right. So I'm going to pull the cover off. Going to mark it all up and check the pattern. Not something I've ever done before. I know all the theory, so you have to bear with me. Hopefully, I don't know if I want to find something or not. But yeah, hopefully we can get to the bottom of this, because it's starting to do my head in now. I kind of just was putting up with it because this axle's going to have to go when we go for the big power. But yeah, that's not looking likely anytime soon. So yeah, let's try and deal with it first. Back of the rear end is off. Nothing looks horrendous. A little bit of corrosion on that tooth there, where it's just kind of been sat in the garage, I think. But anyway, I've got a DTI gauge on there, because the first thing I wanted to measure is for the backlash in the gears, which hopefully you can see. There, moving. I've got about, well, 0.25 mil of backlash, which I calculated out is like just under 10 foul. The specs is kind of 6 to 10 foul, so I'd like to change that, like to sort of more like 8, get it in the middle. But at the moment, I don't want to touch it. I want to sort of mark it up and then see how well the gears are sort of running against each other. Yeah, so I'm going to give it a good clean up, and then we'll get some marking compound on there and give that a go. Sort of little brief, well, I haven't actually told you what axle this is yet. It's a 10 bolt, I think it's an 8.5, I can't remember now, I'll double check that. But it's got a limited slip diff in it. not the strongest axles in the world. Obviously you want the GM 12 bolt, or what I'll probably eventually swap it out for is a Ford 9-inch, so it doesn't run the C-clip axles. So, like normal when working on cars, the plan has changed. Yeah, got the diff out of it completely now. Yeah, I was going to paint it up and then check for the mesh of the gears, but something just didn't feel right. Like I couldn't rotate it very nicely, so I thought I'd strip it down and investigate a bit more. The bearings on the end of the actual centre carrier diff all look good, but this pinion takes quite a bit of effort to get it moving when it's been sat for a while, and they just feel a bit tight. I mean, there should be preload on them, but it just feels too tight to me. So I think we're gonna end up stripping that down and yeah, trying to put this all back together as it should be, which is something I've never done, so it should be quite interesting. But at the moment I don't have a socket to undo the pinion nut, so I better order one of them.